Welcome to the Artist Spotlight for Rodnut Radio. I'm Trina Wilcox. My guest, Ste Walker. Stay short for Stephen. Welcome.
Thank you, Trina. It's yeah, great to meet you and great to be on the show. I really like what you do.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I like supporting independent artists, and you've been working at it for a while now. You've got lots of gigs coming up in 2023. So tell me how long music has been a part of your life.
Well, I got into music when I was a teenager. I'm in my early 30s now, but I taught myself guitar as a young teenager and kind of played on and off all of my life. And I kept getting to certain points and just losing motivation. But last year it was during lockdown. I um, I taught myself to sing and play at the same time for the first time. I'd never actually sang before, and it was more as a something to do really to keep myself busy. But in the end, I ended up writing my own music kind of by accident. So yeah, I've been doing my own music for about a year, 18 months, something like that now. But yeah, music's always been a part of my life as far as I can remember.
How did you re-motivate yourself when you struggled with keeping focused and motivated?
Well, I think what it was with me, I think I was just bored of playing by myself, which is only natural, really. So maybe I shouldn't be too hard on myself for lacking motivation on that front. But I met friends and like-minded people that wanted to make music, and yeah, I got a little bit better at guitar from that point, and yeah, it just kind of kicked on from there. It's definitely more enjoyable, or at least for me personally, I find it more enjoyable playing alongside other musicians.
But you're in a band and you do solo stuff too, so you kind of get a best of both worlds.
And I just started playing at local open mics. I live in Lincoln, in Lincolnshire, in the East Midlands in the UK. And I just started like a lot of people do, going around the local scene. And it was more as sort of a personal challenge to myself in the beginning, really, just to play in front of people. I thought it would be a good thing to do from a personal development point of view. Um, but then, like I say, I kind of started writing my own music as well. And yeah, from there, I started playing gigs and yeah, playing with other musicians. And more recently, I've met a bunch of guys who are up for being in a band. And we've only played one gig. It was kind of thrown together at last minute, but in a way that really suited the style of it, and
Yeah.
it went down really well anyway. And we're going to be playing a headline slot. That's one of my favorite places in Lincoln. It's called Bentley's Bar, so I'll give a shout out to them.
Cool.
But yeah, we'll be playing there in the new year, and hopefully we'll be getting around the UK. And I've also got big plans to come to the US, both as a solo artist and as a band as well. So we'll see how things turn out in the new year.
That's exciting. So you're working on your first album. You've released 3 singles. Did you do all of the writing yourself?
Yeah, I am. I write all of my own songs. Up to now, it's been on an acoustic guitar, and yeah, I write the lyrics and I come up with the chord progression. So everything that I've released up to now, I've done by myself. Although I did have a producer and a mixer. His name is Dan Kame. But I've written sort of a couple of albums worth of songs now. So I just need to get it all recorded, and it's just finding the time to do it. But yeah, I'm planning to release my first album sometime in the new year. It might be towards the summer, realistically, but yeah, I'm slowly working on recording that and getting it out there. I do have a live album that was recorded by a local record label that I'm involved with. They're called Yellow Belly Records. They're trying to help local and unsigned artists, trying to push them and encourage them. And they helped me record a live album, which is actually available online and also in my local HMV store. So that's pretty cool.
That is very cool. What's the writing process like for you? Do you set aside time or you just write when something hits?
It tends to be that something will just come to me. It could be a feeling or just a thought or an idea. And sometimes I have to work with it a bit. So I might just have a few words and kind of sometimes I'll have an image in my head. It'd be quite cool if I could meet an artist that could recreate the visions that are in my mind as well for my album art. That'd be quite cool. I used to do art when I was a kid, but I didn't keep it up because I got interested in other things. But yeah, so it tends to be an idea or a thought or feeling comes to me. And sometimes I've got this song that it's one of my favorite songs to play. It's only short, it's sort of 2.5 minutes long, and it's called You Don't Know Me. And I came up with that in about 20 minutes, or I think it was less than that. And it just came really naturally. But sometimes I might have a couple of verses or a chorus perhaps, and I'll have to work a bit harder to get another verse. But yeah, generally speaking, it comes fairly naturally, and I try not to force it because I want it to be a true expression.
Very cool. What kind of advice would you give to someone else that is not motivated or that is scared to try doing music themselves, but they really want to give it a go?
You raise a good point there because when I first started doing music, I was afraid to do it in front of other people, and it took me a long time. But what I would say is you've just got to do it. And the first time I played in front of other people, I'm not saying I'm brilliant now, but I certainly wasn't brilliant then the first time I did it. But I already knew in my head that would be the case. And I just decided that it doesn't matter who really cares. I'm just going to keep going with it and do it until the point that I get better at it. And it's kind of that sort of transcends music, really, because it's just about anything in life. Yeah, so if you're afraid of something, just do it anyway, as they say, and just keep working at it until you get there in the end. And I would say just have a bit of humility, because yeah, if you sort of come at it from that angle to begin with, you'll already sort of be mentally prepared for the times where it doesn't necessarily go so great, or you hit a wrong note, or yeah, you make a mistake, and you just learn how to deal with these things until you get to the point where you just get up in front of people and you really don't care anymore. And on the motivation point, I would say that motivation comes from within. I get unmotivated sometimes. I think it's only natural. Even the most high performing people in the world become unmotivated at times. It's a case of just having tools and knowing yourself how to snap yourself out of it. So yeah, that would be my advice to anybody that might be unmotivated or afraid to do what they really want to do.
What's your favorite thing about performing?
I think for me, I think when I perform certainly my own songs, it's a true expression of myself as a person. We all have different sort of aspects to our lives, but I would say that's the one time that my sort of natural attitude really comes out, and my a lot more of my real personality comes out when I'm performing. So I would say that's probably my favorite bit about it. It's very cathartic, and yeah, you can get a lot of things off your chest without people even necessarily realizing what you're talking about, because it's all open to interpretation, isn't it? So you can almost say whatever you like, and nobody's really going to know what you're talking about.
So how would you describe your natural personality?
Um, I'd say I'm quite deep and multifaceted. So I'd say there's a lot to me. And yeah, I'm quite contemplative. I'm a deep thinker. And I'd say that I'm naturally quite shy and reserved. But after I started performing and sort of doing it over and over to the point where I was really confident, I think I found sort of a true side of my personality that I didn't necessarily know existed originally. I used to be a lot less confident than I am now, and music has certainly helped me in that way and on that journey of yeah, self development.
Very cool. All right, let people know where they can go to find more about you, where you're going to be playing, and your music.
I appreciate that. I don't know if you guys in the US are aware of it, but there's a website called Linktree. It's linktr.ee Ste Walker, Ste Walker, Walker like Texas Ranger.
Okay.
But I put most of my stuff on Instagram to begin with. You can find me at Ste Walker Music, and from there you'll find my YouTube, Spotify, Facebook, and everything else.
Awesome. Thanks so much. I hope you'll keep sending music for runradio.net to play. We're glad to support you and best wishes for 2023.
Same to you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I really appreciate what you do as well. So keep it up, and I look
Thank
forward
you.
to seeing what you do in the future. And all the best for the new year.
Thank you so much.